this really the final descent? Is it?
Get it, don't be timid when you ain't it. Love a bone, give along, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, say like
My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 8. Is this really the final descent? You guys, welcome back, sweet peas. We are back to talk 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 8, Episode 14, Final Descent. But is it though? Is this really our final descent? I don't know. You guys know how we do it. We go couple by couple. I tell you how I feel, and then I get on out of here, all right? And so I'm just going to go in order of appearance, and we're going to start with Elise and Josh, because what the hell is going on? This born-again virgin who says, I want to maintain that. So the first night, you're not going to sleep in my bedroom. Yet he ends up sleeping in there. Nothing happened. But later on, after he's rubbing me down in some hot oils, babe, on the sofa, and Chris walks in mad and upset about it, we get Bucky naked missionary, and we find out that he's an anteater. He's got an uncircumcised penis, and she doesn't know what to do with it. Again, this relationship to me is so shallow. She is so ridiculously gutter bucket, in my opinion, from changing her swimsuit on the beach when she clearly could have done that at home, to wiping her mouth and nose with the sheet after eating Vegemite. First of all, do some research, sister. Don't go over there just putting anything in your mouth. All right. It's aggravating. And so they're talking, and he says, you know what? I sometimes fear letting a woman know everything about me because I fear I'm going to be judged. With my ex, she said that I wasn't good enough. And sir, I fear you were not. I fear you weren't. She wanted me to be a better man, and I just couldn't be that. And so now I walk around fearful with most of the women. But with you, Elise, I feel no fear. I feel safe with you. And I'm thinking to myself, with this woman, with Elise, who we've only met a couple times this far because they introduced her just a few short episodes ago in this 15, 16 episode season, I can tell you right now, sir, you should be in fear with this one. But alas, he says no. And you know what? I can even, after I lay this missionary uncircumcised peen on you, I can now tell you the truth of it all. And that's that I live with Val. Is that her name? I live with Val. It's not my parents. It's not Chris. It's not this Airbnb. It's Val. And not only that, but we're going to meet her later so you can come, and I need to figure this out because it doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that men and women can have platonic relationships. In my experience, it's never worked for me having male friends that were just platonic. Always went somewhere else. And my thing is, maybe that's just you, Bookie Butt. I don't think that that's every woman. I know it's not. I have male friends that it's never been a sexual thing or romantic in any form or fashion. But alas, we're getting over here to the night, and it's time to meet the girlfriends, right? And so we meet Val, we meet some other ladies, and these are very seemingly age appropriate women for Josh. Josh is 39, almost 40. These women seem to be in their 40s. And so this friend group, right? And so we're talking because, again, her name's not Val, her name is Nat. Is it Nat, y'all? Drop it in the comments, help me out. It was all running together. And so basically she says, I've seen Nat and I'm not worried, but I still want to see how he interacts. I want to see how he introduces me because something in the water just ain't clean. I can feel it in my spirit. That's what Elise says. And my thing is, it's that he's a liar. It's that he's not gainfully employed, and his living situation is crazy at best, right? Those are probably the things that you're picking up. I don't necessarily think he's smashing. What's her name again, y'all? Help me out. What's her name? Nat. I don't think he's smashing Nat, but he is using her fully, in my opinion. And so basically we get there, we get in a conversation. Now that everything's out, Elise wants to know, so are y'all splitting the bills 50? You share a bathroom? Do you see him naked? Yeah, no, I look at him like a brother. It's never been that. And actually I pay 100% of the bills. And I said, Josh knows how to pick them, baby. I need to learn something from him. He knows how to pick a woman that is going to pay all of his bills. And so Elise is like, she pays all the bills. I have this figured out. I know exactly what's going on, Captain America. She's using you. She's holding her money over you and financially manipulating you to do her bidding. I see what this is. This is not. She's holding your finances over you. And again, the biggest question that I would have had in all of this would be, if she's paying 100% of the bills, why are you broke? Why couldn't you get us our own Airbnb? Why did you have to share with Chris? And also, why did Chris go so upset that I was naked on the couch getting my back rubbed? Questions that need answer, the real question that need answer. So of course, as she says, she has a financial hold on you. Nat is like, hell, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? It feels like it belies your insecurity, sister, because that's nothing of the sort. I do this for all my friends. I love taking care of my friends. Now, Nat, that's another story. I'm not opposed to thinking that Joshua is, in fact, our ding-a-ling slinger number 2 of the season. Outside of Birkin, I believe that he may be ding-a-ling to older women. Men, I don't know, right? This is just a feeling that I get in the moment. And again, the biggest question that I have for Josh is, why the hell are you so broke if you're not paying any bills? Are you paying? Is it child support that's breaking you down? And are you not really a yacht broker, but maybe just a captain of a boat? Or maybe just a boat driver, because maybe you're not even a captain. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Next, we get to Sheena and Forrest, and this was par for the course. I told you this a couple videos ago. This is never going to happen. So Molly's still mad. All right, at Forrest, I was supposed to call her Molly the maid. Molly is still mad about everything, about the engagement, about Forrest's proposal. And so now they have said, we've just been doing our best to stay out of the hotel. So Forrest and Sheena are out and about in the streets of Manila, and they decide to go see an immigration attorney. Now, this immigration attorney said exactly what I was going to say. Denied. You're broke. You have nothing, Forrest. Where else did you think this was going to go? So we meet with him, and he's like, your disability check means nothing. You don't count that towards anything. I believe you say you need something like $26.5K a year, $26,500 in order to be the petitioner. And he said, of just my money, what if we share? No, your money. Sheena can't sponsor herself, damn it. And he says, what? He's like, so how long would I have to work in order to become a sponsor or petitioner? History, at least a year, making that amount of money in order to be even considered. At this point, if you apply today, you would be denied. Sheena is perclent because what in the world? I had no idea. I guarantee you Molly knew and decided not to say anything because this was all for Forrest to get his kick on Route 66. I don't think she ever meant, desired, or wanted this to go as far as it has. So now Sheena in her mind is thinking, well, baby, if you can't go over here, the lawyer did say that the Philippines don't have those kinds of requirements. He can stay here. If y'all get married, he can stay. There's no financial requirement. And ultimately, she's breaking down because Forrest is like, the autism won't let him work. He's scared to get a job. And I'm like, no, you're not scared. You're lazy, Forrest. Let's call it a thing. You should have been had this. There was, again, it defeats the whole thing of you guys saying Sheena was going to help you save up for this and save up for that. That was never the way that this was going to work. And I believe Molly knew full well. So after that, Forrest is broken up. Sheena's broken up. She wants him to come. She says, Forrest, just stay here. I'll take good care of you, daddy. And my thing is, Sheena, you don't want a man you have to take care of. She said, I can even help you find a job when you get here, baby. He don't want to work. And he's like, Sheena, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to go home. To me, that's what it gave. I don't believe he says those words, but I don't think he's going to stay in the Philippines. He's going to go back to what he knows in his safe place. But now that he's caused this derision between him and Molly, I don't know if he feels safe with that fully. It'll be interesting to see where it goes, but it's just, no. This is going nowhere fast, and he's emotional. She's emotional. Sheena just wants her man. She's like, I don't want to wait another 6-7 years to see you again. I just want you here. And my thing is, Sheena, go somewhere else, baby. This is not what you want. Now let's get over here to Jovan and Annalyn. This is just worrisome. She put him out last night at the nail shop after he clicked and went off on her in front of all them people, and she threw whatever she threw, and they were clicking, don't follow me either, Jovan. All right, I'm going to give you some space. And he looking like a lost puppy on the street of the Philippines. And sir, go back home to Alabama. What are you doing? So she's leaving him in the rickshaw. And she says, you know what? I can't do this. I would feel guilty. I would feel so ashamed if I let this man on the side of the road. Come on, Jovan, bring your ass. Come on, Jovan. She really does treat Jovan like a child, but he behaves as such. So it's like, what are you going to do? She's mad. She said that I give you space, I give you a chance, and you ruin it every single time. And Jovan is like, can I come in? Am I allowed to come in, Anna? Come on in, Jovan. Go sit down. He says he's put in so much work, massive effort to show himself romantic, and he's really pissed off. So much so he starts talking to the mama. Hey, mom, what's going on with you? You good? This is a lot. He said he's sacrificed a lot for her happiness, and he's received minimal in return, except for a bunch of lip, right? And so ultimately we get down to a conversation around the fact that she grew up with her mother being abused by her father. And when she heard this, saw this growing up, she knew that when she became older, she would not stand for it. So anything that feels like aggression or violence from a man automatically sets her on edge and puts her in defense mode. And she wants to fight back. And she says, I'm not going to be dominated. I'm not going to be abused. I'm not going to be dominated. And you're not treating me well. You don't talk to me nicely. He says, I am hard on you, but I'm never abusive or aggressive or any of those things. And my thing is, that's the next step. You don't talk to her or about her in the manner of a man who really loves and cares and cherishes his wife, in my opinion. From the moment you stepped in and said, she needs to downgrade, she's living too well, I knew everything I needed to know about you. And as far as Annalyn, she's very contentious. And it is what it is. And I don't know if you guys are Bible readers, but you know what they say about a contentious woman, a contentious wife. It's not good for the household. And I think that she's triggered every single time. And I think until probably they get some sort of therapy, I don't know if it's individual or couples or whatever, I think there's some things to work through. He feels entitled to dominate because he feels like he pays the bills. And she says, I'm not going to be dominated. I'm not submissive. I'm not one of those. And he says, I knew you were a strong woman, but this is too damn strong. He says, I'm ready to call it quits. She says, I feel that way too sometimes. And I was thinking in that moment, we're done. He's packing up his raggedy duffel bag and he's going home and she's going to live her best life. But no, they make up by the end. She says, when we make up, he gets fine to me. And I said, girl, those are your eyes, Buki, I suppose. Those are only your eyes. Now let's get over here to Fred Flintstone, Michael Strahan, Gummy Tooth Smile, Rick, and Trisha. Now we are in her village. Well, before we get there, he want a quickie. I can't even talk to you with your lips looking like that gummy again. And I hate to be like this, but literally it looks like he wears dentures. The way that his top lip coils when he's set to speak, I don't know what that is, but I really hate it. And so he says that they've worked everything out from their most recent argument when she had talked about how she had gone with her ex to some place and he got pissed off. So now they're good. He felt like she was throwing something in the face and that wasn't what they wanted at all. So now we're easing on down the road and it's time to go. And of course he wants to try to get a quickie. She's like, no, we have a long journey ahead of us to get to the village. We get to the village and he literally shows his whole complete ass. I'm like, you're 52 years old. There's no way or reason you're acting like this, sir. In my opinion, there should be no way, reason that you're acting like this or behaving this way in these people's home. You knew what you were getting into when you met this young lady from this country. So we get to a very rural village, right? And they live off the land. It's a very basic environment. I don't know what else he would expect, right? There's no indoor plumbing. I believe electricity is whatever. And it's really more just about community than it is about the things and the materials and everything there. And so he gets there and there he meets the father. The father again is 50 and Rick is 52. So he's 2 years older than the dad. But the dad is welcoming, says we're going to do a blessing so you guys can be seen together. This is of course not a blessing to be married, but a blessing in our culture just so that you can be seen together and interact. Here's where you'll be sleeping, the bunk beds. You'll be on this bunk, she'll be on this bunk. And he says, at my age, I never thought I'd be in a bunk bed. Sir, you're not going to defile this man's home with your nasty sex games, all right? And so we're taking him around. This is the bathroom. Hell no. Why did you come here? And she's like, I'm embarrassed. I don't know how my family's going to take it. He's being rude. And he's been rude the whole time. They do a montage of clips how he's shown his ass the whole time he's been in Madagascar. What is this? Oh, it's hot. They just got the stuff all out on the thing. Sir, y'all don't research anything before you go to these people's countries? I don't understand. But anyway, we later come to the real conversation where Dad and the other elders. But first, why would he call that sister? Say he looks like his grandmother. Rick, you are 52 years old. That lady is your age. How does she look like your granny? I can't stand it. It was so rude and so disrespectful. But later we get into a conversation with Dad, and I don't know if it's uncles or brothers. But so, what's your intentions? My intentions are to marry you. She seemed like a woman that I want to marry and I want to be with. All right, well, what about the kids? Well, we trying to figure that out and trying to see what's going on. We gonna see. Well, no, because I need to know before I can give my blessing to anything, whether or not this is going to happen. So when will you know? Well, I'll know before I ask for her hand in marriage. That ain't good enough. You're wasting this young lady's time, and all of them see it. And I want them to check him so bad. But again, he can't even sit down on the floor right. He can't even sit on the mat right. Oh, my knees. Oh, the women sit like that. The men sit like, they said, oh, your posture's terrible. He's struggling. He get naked in his towel and go and take a shower. I'm trying to show her that I can do this, sir. Go home to your toddlers. How about you do that? And finally, we'll get over here to Lisa and Daniel. He's still upset and she's still begging. Baby, please. He said, you're a liar. You are a liar. Oh, God, an abomination. You are full of secrets and lies. Oh, you're full of evil. Get thee behind me, Satan. You are the devil in white woman form. No, I'm not evil. I just love people. I don't like men or women. I just like who I like. And there's nothing wrong with me. Say we can talk to Uncle and it'll be fine. Don't touch me. And again, my thing always becomes in these situations where it's very tense, very high hostility. Back away from this grown man. Molly, you in danger, girl. Back up. Take your ring. Get out of here, Lisa. Well, I'm just not going to give up until he tells me to. I'm not going home because I love hard and I'm a good person and I'm good and I love and I take care of people. Daniel, I take care of you. Daniel. They're going back to the room. She's going to stay in her accommodations and I'm not going home. And he says, listen, don't touch me. Don't talk to me until we talk to my uncle. If my uncle approves, I may be able to continue on with you, but until then, it's a wrap. He says, you lay with women. 21 years. 21, you are an abomination. Why would you go over there and pick this traditional African man, knowing what his beliefs are and knowing who you are? It seems like you just set yourself up for the joke, sister. I don't know, y'all, but that was the episode. This wasn't a scale of 1 to 10. I guess I would say this is probably a 6 or a 7 for me. This was not my favorite episode of the season. It was just more of the same. And like I said, final descent, is it really? Because I feel we're going beneath the gutter next episode. But you guys drop it in the comments. Let me know what you thought of episode 14, 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, season 8. And let's talk about it in the comment section. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of the things, and I will see y'all in the next video.